Hey everybody, welcome back. And we have another Goodwill day. Well, it'll be a few days cut together. It is a little thin out there in the thrift stores lately, guys, so I've got to mash a whole bunch of days together. Alright, first up, we're going to go up and look in this glass case. Our local Goodwill is actually talking about getting rid of the glass cases. They said that the corporate guy told them they're one of the few that still have one, which I think is probably a little bit of BS, but hey, what do I know? Don't really find anything in here. Most of the time, there's not much in there. It's just little things that are easy to steal or they don't want out on the shelves. It's really never anything that great. Coming through the electronics section, not a whole lot. You know, that coffee pot looks a little interesting, but I think they had $8 on it, so I didn't even bother looking at it. Got a whole bunch more coffee makers and things like that. I try to stay away from those. Not real great. I do see this ice cream machine. They want $15 for it, which probably could have parted it out and doubled my money, maybe tripled, but just wasn't feeling that, so pass that by. Come through here, just random stuff. They don't even really have things sorted into sections anymore, guys. All right, so then we have this. I can't pronounce that. It's a language learning course. Now, I do look at it, but I know for a fact that Rosetta Stone, like you see down there on the bottom shelf there, is zeroed on eBay, so I don't even look it up because the last thing I want to do is buy it and just get zeroed out on it. Alright, coming over to the book section, my favorite section, you guys know that, but I'm not going to make you watch me scan through all these, so we're going to speed it up a little bit here. I do see a few that look interesting, but most of these books have been here for a while now. I'm basically just looking for things that are sticking out of place. I do see these big books, this big book series down here on the bottom. I am going to look at it. It's a Time Life series. It's really not worth what they're. I mean, if I could get it in a $5 box at the annex, it'd be probably something I'd be interested in. But at $2 a book here, I'm not going to do it. Same with this U.S. Civil War series. Again, $5 box at the annex, worth it. Here, not so much. Alright, over here in the VHS section, I find this National Lampoon Senior Trip. Not really worth picking up, even at 39 cents, but great movie. I always have to look up those cult classics. I do find this Disney Heavyweights, and to me that is worth picking up at 15 free ship at 39 cents. It has a really great sell-through rate too, so that goes in the cart. Oh, gotta check it and make sure it's the right movie. Always check your cases, guys. Alright, we're gonna hit that speed forward just a little bit again. And then we're gonna check a few more things. Nothing good here. Cutting over. Again, just random things on the shelf. No rhyme, no reason, no organization at all in this place anymore, guys. I do peek at the golf clubs here, but this Goodwill does send all their stuff that's decent to the online, so there's never, hardly ever anything in there. All right, now this is not something I would normally pick up, but I do know that these vintage hampers can be worth quite a bit of money, and I believe they only wanted $6.49 for it. So, I mean, $35, $40, somewhere in there, out of $6, $7. I'm looking at it. I'm looking for any reason not to pick it up. I'm looking for a rip in the vinyl. I'm looking for holes in the wicker, but I don't find any reason why I can't go ahead and pick this up. It will be a bear to ship, guys, but honestly, at the end of the day, it probably is going to end up being a good pickup. I don't actually have it listed yet. I do have it cleaned up, ready to go. I just have procrastinating on it, guys, because I don't like them big items. I see this towel warmer over here. Some of these are worth good money. This one has, it does have a good sold comp on it, but I believe that's 29 free ship. So not great comp, and the sell-through rate on it is horrible. So I leave that behind. I figure I already got one big item. All right, we're going to come over into the toy section now. Not seeing anything that's jumping out at me. I'm scanning. I'm looking. You see all these Squishmallows. About a couple of years ago, those things they're worth good money, but not anymore, guys. Now they've gone the way of the Funko Pop and the Beanie Baby. I'm looking through over here. This is all just your generic stuff. I mean, I don't see anything I'm interested in. I do see the Space Invaders game. I think about it because I know Space Invaders is kind of a nostalgia thing, but I did look it up and it's only worth about $5 used. So are going to want $3 for it. Just not going to be worth it. Keep looking through all the games and the puzzles. I do like to find those vintage puzzles, vintage cartoons. They do seem to sell pretty well, but they didn't have any today. Now, this bunny rabbit, honestly, I probably could have picked it up at $2.99 and gotten 15 or 20 for it. There's no chips, no breaks, no cracks. It's in great shape, and honestly, when this was filmed, it would have been right before Easter, so probably a miss opportunity there. Over the pots and pans, looking around, trying to find, the good stuff, the La Crusade, the Copper Bottom Revere, and there's just nothing. I do look at that China set, but I've been bit by that once before. Not happening again. I had a set that I sat on for 3 years that was way bigger than that, and just not falling for that again. Alright, coming through here, we got a bunch of dolls and tchotchkes and knickknacks and just nothing worth picking up, unfortunately. I do see this guy with this Buzz Lightyear. I would have grabbed that if he hadn't already. But unfortunately, this guy is also, I believe, a toy reseller himself. I see him in the thrifts all the time and at garage sales. So I come around the corner here and I see this bag, and I do pick it up. It's got the wall plaque to a Captain America that I already bought. So that'll help raise the value on my current listing, and it's got another wall plaque in there. I wish I'd noticed that the figure had a broken foot. I might have actually hesitated on it, but I picked it up for $5. I can sell the one plaque for about 20 and complete my other ones. So in the end, it's worth it. There was a little bag of Legos there you saw. It was just random parts and pieces to a random set. No instruction book, so that got tossed back as well. Not seeing a whole lot else in this section. It's, like I said, it's pretty bare in the thrifts right now, guys, but it is garage sale season, so we're going to speed it back up. We're going to head over towards the hats. And I do see a couple that are interesting here, and I'll pick them up and show you. Check that. It's not a Stanley. I think about this Second Amendment bucket hat. It should only be $1, but I throw it back. This is a new with tags, real treat, but it's like $8, and it's from Dollar General. So I'm not paying them $8 for a hat that got bought at Dollar General for $10. All right, we're gonna fly through these clothes here. I do check a few coats and whatnots, and I check a couple of shoes, but I'm just not seeing anything that's jumping out at me. It's either dirty or it's not worth it. And it's hard out here in the thrifts right now, guys. All right, we're gonna come back around and we are gonna check out some more media and look at a few more that I caught my eye. I do find this one book that I'm looking up right here. This Sing One Song hardcover book club edition. Go ahead and toss that in the cart. I'll pop the comp up here in just a second. And I'm looking for some more just to see. Like I said, favorite thing to sell is media, guys. It's so easy to take pictures of, to store, to ship. It's honestly probably my ideal subject matter. I do look at it a little closer. It does have a little bit of damage. Um, Honestly, I probably should have thrown it back. You can see the comp there. It's not worth a whole lot. It'll be $2 into 15 free ship. So at the end of the day, I'll bring home maybe $7-8. But I keep it in the cart because I am a sucker for a book. Alright, we're going to scan just a few more things here, and then we're going to kick it back into overdrive with this fast forward that I probably overused, but hey, you got to do it, right? Like I said, check a few more books, not finding anything. This one I thought looked interesting, this Man on First, but there's just no sold comps for it. In all honesty, I probably should have grabbed it over the other book because I think it would have sold better with the subject matter that it is. But hey, I can't know it all. We all make mistakes. Alright, we're going to get back out of here. We're going to zoom around the corner. I'm going to check out some more pots and pans. And I find this set of salt and pepper shakers. Now, these are really cool looking. They're MCM, they're mushroom. I pull up the Google Lens so I can check them out. And there's some really good comps listed, but I have not found a single pair of these sold. So I leave them behind. Zipping through, double checking the toys, see if that guy missed anything. He did not. Alright, now we come back here, and again, we're out of the comfort zone with a big item, guys. I see this Body by Jake ab and back machine. It is only $15, and it's not quite complete. It is missing one of the little discs, but complete it sells for $275 plus shipping. I am not going to ship this. I am going to part this out 100%. You can see the seat sells for about $35. The two little torsion discs sell for about $30 for a pair, which is what I have. Comes with 3, but I only had 2. And I'll get some more money off the little nuts and bolts and whatnot. Alright, we got a new cart here. I'm just going to grab a bunch of stuff that I want to look up. There is a bunch of vinyl records there that I want to get to, and this lady is kind of in my way. But you know what? It's a thrift store. You got to be polite. Don't be that guy. Don't be elbowing people out of the way. We don't need to throw bows. There's plenty of stuff for everybody. Alright, we are going to fast forward. I am just going to go through these and grab anything I think might be worth a little bit of money. You know, you've got some good rock. You've got some Disney. You know, any name that I kind of recognize, I just go ahead and grab so I can look it up. And I go through all of these, pulling out stuff. Double check the DVDs. Alright, now I'm going to check them out. Mickey Disco, not worth anything. I honestly thought that might be worth a little bit, but no. Now this Star Wars I do pick up. I'll show you the comps of the 3 that I do pick up. This Star Wars is, like I said, one of them. You got to check the condition on these guys. They got played to death, but that is almost perfect. That Herb Albert, I threw it back. Normally I would pick that up because it's an easy $12. but it was in pretty bad shape. I really thought this Rod Stewart would be worth more, but condition wasn't great. It wasn't perfect, so it just wasn't worth picking up at that price point. I'm not sure what I was doing there. Somebody said something, I guess. This Grease is another one that I pick up. Here we go. Here's the comps for the ones I do pick up. 1977 Star Wars, $25 plus shipping. Excellent condition. Mine is missing the poster, unfortunately. But I picked that one up. I do pick up the Grease because it also sells for $20 to $30. This one's a little weird because this comp says pre-owned, and then on top it says new vinyl LP. But I figure I can get 25, 30 out of it. And then I get this Queen's Greatest Hits. This one will be fostered. It'll be in my collection till it sells because I like Queen. Alright, I do check this Goosebumps books. Goosebumps, especially the original guys, are worth some money. This box set is newer. Had it been complete, it probably would have been a pickup, but the box is smashed. It's missing at least one book. You pull it up on my phone here and you can see that were it in better condition, it'd be worth 12 plus ship. I might have picked it up at that, but not in this condition. I thought about grabbing them and just selling the books individually as replacements, but that's a long tail item and just really not worth it. Check out a few more things on the cart here. This Statue of Liberty Bank's pretty cool, but it's missing a stopper. And I'm not even 100% sure it's a bank. It might just be a cast piece. Alright, we're going to kick through the books a little bit. We're going to do the fast forward because, again, it's boring to watch me just walk around. At least I think it's boring. If you think it's fun to just watch me walk, guys, I'll do that instead of doing the fast forward. Alright, I do find these speakers down here. They are Bose. They're a little older. But, you know, they're a little dirty too. But they only wanted $8.50 for the pair. So, $8.50 for a pair of Bose speakers. You gotta look them up, and I'm glad I did. Here's some recent sold comps for these guys. And I was kind of blown away. I was thinking maybe 100, 150, which, you know, that middle comp was right, but 250 to 3 on a couple of them. Like I said, they will need to be cleaned up. They are pretty dirty. I pop them open to make sure the woofer and the tweeters and everything's in good shape. They are. There is nothing blown, nothing, no kids poked the centers and screwed them up. So, well, like I said, you can see the dirt there on the top there. It's going to take some cleaning, but in the end, I think it'll be worth it. Got to check the other one as well. Make sure you check them both. And it's good too. Alright. So we're going to put it back together, throw it back in the cart, and we are going to go on to the next item here in just a second. Probably could have cut this down just a little more, but hey, still learning, guys. Alright, here we are, another new cart. I find these little containers. These aren't going to be sold. These are just going to be for storing inventory, but they wanted $2.99 for two. That's $1.50 a tub. That's cheaper than you're going to get them anywhere, you know. So toss those in the cart because sometimes you're just picking stuff up for the business or for yourself. Alright, we're going to come through over here and we're going to cut to the next section, which is hats. And I find this Gatorade Endurance by Boko. I believe it's, I'm not sure what it's from, but I do look it up here. I left it in so you guys could see how I do it. I go to eBay. I type in what the item is. For some reason I tried to put Haterade instead of Gatorade. Haterade. Alright, so none listed currently that I can see matching all of those keywords. So we flip over to the solds, and there it is. The exact same hat, $39 plus shipping. I am gobsmacked. I do pay $8 for it, and this is my sold comp at 30. I had it listed at 40, took an offer, and it's sold within less than a week. So, all right, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.